goodbye, Dolly Gray. It's no use to ask me why, Dolly
Welcome,
Gray.
gentlemen and ladies, to the table again. This time we're going to play an era that is not that often depicted in the table, at least in the cardboard war games. In miniatures, there's a lot of people that play the Boer Wars. No, not a lot, but so this is by Legion Games. It's from 2016, Redvers Reverse, The Battle of Colenso, 1899. It's a design by Geoff Noble and additional design and development by Godfrey Bailey. I hope I said the names okay. And we have the game setup here with no variants. Let's see if I can change the camera. I have a new tripod and I'm always struggling with how it works. So as I said, I have done the setup as there we go. Looks, it's just because it elevates a bit higher. Actually, I like the small one. But this one kind of, it's good for the big maps. Nice. Okay. Where was I? Okay, we have Long, and he has a nice how do you say it, attribute regarding command of artillery. We have Buller there. We have the HQ here, of course, and the 5th Irish, the 2nd Artillery Brigade. The Irish are under Hart, Parsons in the Artillery Brigade. We have Littleton, is it? Littleton. It's not little, it's little. In the 4th Light, we also have the Naval Artillery Brigade of Pitcairn Jones. I think that's how you say it. Hunt on the 1st Artillery Brigade. Ogilvy, I think Ogilvy, not sure. In the Naval Art section, the section is from the HMS Terrible. We have Hildyard in the 2nd English Brigade, the 6th Fusiliers under Barton, and the mounted troops. Usually it's basically Natal and all that, under Dundonald. Okay, so what do we have to do here? So the idea is that touch something in this zoom. Give me a second. Okay, should be working now. Don't know, I had some autofocus there. Okay, so the idea being that the Boer forces, both from the Transvaal and the Orange Free Republic, but this command is under Botha, and the game represents very well the distinction between a regular army, like you imagine, hierarchy, and properly developed and set up, against ad hoc force, which actually can put up a great fight against the organized army in the short run, but in the long run it has its own problems. The rules of the game do show very well the differences between both types of organizations, and at the same time they they also showed the difficulties and little flexibility that Buller had it in this particular battle, of course, but all over the campaign. It wasn't easy. It was, yeah, complicated against a very complicated enemy. The commando word comes from this era, and each commando was each of the different little forces, like companies of Bur. So for the specific operation, they would elect overall leader, but once that campaign would be over, it would return to a status quo, and then for the next campaign they would choose another leader. So there was not a general career general. At the same time, this is the complicated thing about the Boers, is that there's nothing that stops, for example, a company from going off. They think, well, this is not worth dying for, or we don't see any point in staying here, no matter what the operational commander thinks. Each command is free to do whatever they want. If they choose to stay, of course, they will obey the elected operational commander. So there's a lot of difference. The game kind of can be played with 2 players, except if you put the Boer player, he doesn't have much control over the Boers. It's just dice rolling and very little decision making, but can be fun. It's one of those games that was designed for solo, but can also be played with 2 players. On top of that, there's a lot of tables, a lot of terrains, and a lot of gameplay with all the variants. It's area based, as you see, so, and then you have big areas and sub areas. At the same time, you have events that will happen all the turns, and yeah, quite a bit of charts like you would expect a solo game to have. One of the nice particularities of this game is the way that orders that you give to the different commands work, and you will see that in the segment. So I know it was a bit dull, the presentation of the game. What can I say? It's a nice map, nice footprint. It's like a 3, no, not even a 3, it's a 2 by 1.5. But if you put all the, I tried to put all the cards all around, and it suddenly doubles the footprint. So that's why I'm not putting them, and I'm using them on the hand. But it's more comfortable to put them on the table. The game uses only 2 d6s. That's pretty much it, and roll in the tables. And cheat pools for Boer events, and then Boer strengths and Boer fire, and British events as well. That's pretty much it. So see you in the start of the turn. We have a lot of turns. I don't know if you can see that. So it's all the stuff up there. Okay. You have all around, it's all the segments in each turn. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18 segments per turn. So it's not a short game, it's not a long game. I think it's good enough and transmits very well the complications and of the warfare in this era. Boer era is not that much explored in games. I saw someone talking about making a product using coin system for this, and he was talking about 2 factions. It's not, it's 3. It's British, it's Transvaal, and it's Orange Free Republic. Both of the Boer regions, completely different political aims. They just have a unified defense against the Brits. But other than that, the game can be interesting for a coin setup if you use the three factions. If you use only Boers and British Dominion, it's too reductive. You can't explore the beauty of the resistance of the Boers, and it's a very, very ugly short, long war, let's say it like that, with a lot of internment camps where a lot of Boers died. Another problem with representing it in coin games is obviously colonial era. We know that Britain Dominion and the way it treats non-European subjects not in a they kind of not second rate, but under citizens, and the Boers, which whatever, they had their own idea of promised land, which they wanted to carve in South Africa. So very, very careful in representing Boer conflict in war games. You either do it proper or you will glorify the wrong things. I like it when it represents a specific battle. There's no politics involved. It's just a conflict it's just a battle with defined objectives, and not an objective that affects groups of people or entire populations. So see you in the segment.